So enigmatic and charismatic, gotta live static, gotta get at it, never pragmatic, cause we live tragic. I can't live average, to be alive's magic. Turn it up in the back cause I'm grabbing everything I want, get in my way and I'm stabbing. I'll be moving crowds till I'm 6 feet napping. They need another fix, hooked on like an addict. I got my eyes on the prize and it's changing lives. I wanna live till I die, make a difference, right? I wanna give those in need a reason to fight. I wanna live every day like it's my last night. I wanna change how we play the game, rearrange all the pieces till they say my name, push an agenda against doing what they say. I wanna stand up and start a revolution. I wanna 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 start a revolution. I'm on top now, I'll be kissing babies. Call me out, president, boss tool, hate me. I'ma trust my gut, you don't faze me. I'ma give my blood, don't save me. Damn it's never enough, still chasing every single dream that I've had since I was 18. I wanna start a revolution. I wanna start a revolution. I wanna start a revolution. I wanna start a revolution.
The views and opinions on Pain Train Pipebomb are of the cast and crew only. Due to the graphic nature of this program, viewer and listener discretion is advised. Pain Train Pipebomb Productions presents Pain Train Pipebomb, starring Melissa Mitro, Missy Gonzalez, and Ricky Litwinkowicz. You can find us on Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Give Us a Shot Network, IPMNation.com, YouTube, Instagram, and Sound Machine FM. Need merch? Go to shop.spreadshirt.paintrainpipebomb.com or paintrainpipebomb.threadless.com. This show is produced and edited by Ricky Litwinkowicz and Chris Rex. Recorded and produced in Brooklyn, New York, Tobyhanna, Pennsylvania, and Mesa, Arizona. What is up, everybody? It is, for the third year in a row, the celebration of International Podcast Day here on Pain Train Pipebomb, Sound Machine FM, Pain Train Pipebomb on YouTube and Twitch, and Pipebomb Productions on Twitter. Let's go around the horn. I'll start with the my partner in crime over there at Sound Machine FM, Miss Line Brunet.
Hey. This is an exciting day.
Yes, it is.
How's it going? How's everybody doing?
It's weird to have that big International Podcast Day logo above the Pipebomb logo. I may switch that eventually. I don't even know.
Looks great. It looks great.
So we have also on co-host.
It does look different, but it looks great.
Yes, it does. It's very different. It's almost like an established logo on our show. I need to get the charger out from underneath my chair. Uh, also, we have our regular co-hosts on the show, starting off all the way from Phoenix, Arizona. We got Missy Gonzalez.
Mesa. Yeah, by way of superior.
It's still in the state of Arizona, but go ahead.
Okay. Hey, you're from the Bronx, then?
Yes. The misspelled Brooklyn.
Manhattan.
Yes. And we have Miss Melissa Mitro as the other part of
the other Bronxonian.
Yes, the Bronxonian. and all the way.
No, but he fucked my shit up, so we're good.
That's okay.
Good one.
And all the way from the lovely state of Texas, we have Alex, the Bear Man, Al Kazzaz. What's doing, Alex?
How y'all doing?
So, as everybody does know, today is International Podcast Day.
Woohoo!
And it just so happens that everybody currently on this show right now is part of a podcast, which is amazing. Some of us have more than one, obviously.
Yeah. Me, obviously.
And yes, you do, Alex. Like, I think you're up to 5 now.
Yep.
Okay, so there you go for that one. We will be having some other guests on. I believe as soon as they are done with their show, we will have on the crew from the KKK Sports Show. We should be having on members from the Give Us a Shot Network at some point. We will also have on, I believe, Savage Thoughts will be joining us later on this evening. Whether they're doing it before their show or after their show. They're in another time zone again. So, yeah. Lynn, speak a little bit about International Podcast Day.
Cool. International Podcast Day. Well, it has been around for a while. I was just looking at, sorry, I got a hair or something stuck on my lip. Just give you a little bit background. It's really evolved and changed over the years. It was started back in 2014 is when the very first one was, when it was celebrated. I mean, podcasting's been around longer than that, but this day has come around since 2014. It really has become branded. And it really is a celebration of the power of podcasts. I mean, we all have experienced that. The people that we meet, we're an awesome community. And it's a great opportunity to connect with fellow podcasters. I mean, the people that we meet, it's unbelievable. It's something to try, something to get into. And if you have any questions, reach out to Ricky or I, and we can help you do that. I mean, that is what we do, right? So we do make it a lot easier for people. I just wanted to share something really quickly. 2004 is when podcasting sort of did start. 2 guys by the name of Adam Curry and Dave Weiner are kind of credited with the invention of it. The term podcasting was mentioned in the Guardian newspaper article in 2004. And it's just been growing ever since. There's over 2 million podcasts on Apple Podcasts. It's incredible. It really, really is.
So let's say hello to a few of the people in the chat while we are trying to still get bodies in here. We have Fiore's in here, Janet's in here, Mr. Stephen Waldman's in here. And I can kind of announce this on the air. General consensus, I've talked to everybody about it so far. Mr. Stephen Waldman has been promoted to the Pipebomb staff here at the facility, known as the Dungeon. One of these days he'll make another public appearance on the show. And
congrats, Mr. Waldman.
And
well deserved.
And I will say this that
congrats.
With hello to Austin McCoy, by the way, for screaming you out, Missy.
Austin, that's my homeboy.
So,
right on, Austin, what's up?
So basically, what really has gotten Steven in the promotion of the where he is currently right now, we rebooted a show that we took off all of last year, which was Arch Rivals Football. The Global Bastard kind of put a big stomp on us doing that show because football was not the same last year as it's been regularly in the past. And Steven along with Bearman, myself, and Darnell, and Jamal Edwards from the Give Us a Shot Network. We've legitimately rebuilt that show, and it's
Damn
one of
right.
it's one of the best shows that I think creatively has gone light years ahead of what it was in the past. And Steven has been bringing
Yeah.
tons and tons of eyes in there and ears, and
Totally.
I totally give Steven a ton of credit because he is basically like a utter promotion machine, and he understands exactly what it is, the job that it is that we're trying to do to not only succeed with everything with getting shows done, but it's the immortal fight of us against the world. And I'm pretty sure if it wasn't for him and our crew, including crew on screen right now, 2 weeks ago, I don't think I would have never forgotten the message that our shows, Pipe Bomb, Arch Rivals, Pipe Bomb Radio, Sound Machine, are all now trending across the internet. So,
Ricky, I can't thank you enough for actually inviting me to be part of Arch Rivals, because that just motivates me. It drives me further to just take podcasting to the next level. So thank you. And thank you, Steven, and thank you, Lane, as well. Thank to all of you, because when you say that podcasters meet together, we eventually become family.
We do.
It's very true.
We do. It really is a whole different crew. And
you're all like family to me.
It's just amazing.
I hope y'all know that. Y'all are like family to me.
But to know that, like I've been in the podcast game now. Melissa's been in it for about the same time. Misi's in half the time. To be in it 4+ years, and then finally get that message, hey, you're trending. Yeah, it took a long time, but also at the same right, like it's been a ton of work, and that's why we're here today.
Yeah,
it's pretty much the reason.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So.
Yeah, it takes time. Yeah, it's not a quick thing, and that's what we see a lot of times with podcasters. They've been doing it for a couple months, and it's like, oh my gosh, how do I get my numbers up? Can you tell me how to get my numbers up? And it's like, wow, it's been 2 months. Like, just wait until you put some time in, and it takes time. It's being consistent. Keep doing it. Keep doing it every day, every week, every month. Yeah, just keep doing it, because consistency and always being there, because what we have to fight is the really short, tiny attention spans. And there's so much out there. And so how do you stand out, and how do you do it differently? And you keep going. You got to put that time in, and you got to be consistent. You can't half-ass it, because there's someone else who's ready to come out.
I think we all have been through a point where we thought that our content wasn't enough for other people. Like, you get a couple weeks in a row where you're in a bad slump, and you go, should I keep doing this? Should I keep doing this? Like, what am I doing wrong? And you ask your friends, and you're like, could I do something different? And everybody's like, no, it's wonderful what you're doing. Just nobody was watching, or nobody was listening, or, and sometimes you reinvent yourself in the middle of all of that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's many times me and Ricky have gone through stuff and be like, what should we just get rid of? Like, should we keep doing something? Should we take something out? Should we start all over again? And God, now again, it's been 4 years for us, and we've been through a lot of ups and downs with the show. Co-host, friends, comments, little people here and there, and sometimes you still, after a week, you go, shit, that was terrible. Like, maybe we got to go back and start over again, figure out what we're not doing right. So still after 4 years,
It's all about learning, right?
It's true, absolutely. Seeing what works, what doesn't work.
Y'all should see how I was when I started. Ask Chris Rex. I was talking fast. I was blubbering, and now I'm told that I'm a hell of a lot better than I was when I first started, and I'm only going to get better because I want to get better.
Exactly.
You have to want it. You have to want it.
It's just like you got to practice to make it better, and you got to keep trying new things and keep reinventing yourself. And even when people start watching, then you still need to do more better things to keep people watching. So it's kind of like a forever growing thing. And we've even done that before.
Right.
All the times talked about different things to do on our show and stuff.
Yeah.
So now I have an excuse to talk to myself because I get better at talking.
Listen, it's okay to talk to yourself, but if you get an answer back, you know there's a problem there. Okay, just to let you know that.
There's probably a ghost, and I do believe in the paranormal. So don't don't make fun of that.
Don't scare us with no brujitas or nothing like that. No.
The one thing I will say about this is that yes, there is a lot of trial and error. Yes, there is a lot of patience, and believe it or not, if you haven't watched our show yet before, I have very little patience. So I am legit pushing the envelope like every day. And the one thing that you always got to make sure that you do is if let's say you do get successful, where you're getting your views, you're getting your downloads, you're getting your listens, yada yada yada. The one question you always keep in mind is you set yourself a goal for a certain thing, but always know that there's another goal after that. It's not going to come right away, but it is going to take time. So you got to set yourself up in stages. That is the basic way I could tell everybody to do it. This show has been here 4.5 years. Yes, trials, tribulations, co-hosts come and go. Listeners and viewers come and go, but you still are going to be very persistent on putting out even the slightest little bit of content.
Yeah.
That keeps everybody's palate nice and wet. They're like, oh, what are they going to do
But
next?
one thing will always stay. Tech problems. Tech problems will always remain.
This show...
We wouldn't have a show without technical difficulties.
This show is notorious for some type of technical bullshit going on.
I mean, I really think that we should have like a technical difficulties segment of our show at least once, for at least 5 minutes of every show.
Well, not
Because,
today.
Like a bloopers reel.
Not
like,
today.
Not today, y'all. Not today.
I mean, I can't tell you how many times has Ricky started the show and then realized his microphone was still on mute.
Yeah.
How many times do you still see him? You see him talking and there's no sound. Or like we get halfway through and Misi freezes with her mouth open. I look like I'm staring off into space someplace. You know, and then it stays that way for like 15 minutes, but you can still hear all of us talking and we all look like morons. But you know what? That's what makes it. That's why
I remember CJ and I used to have.
Oh my God.
Streaming was fairly new.
And we've already gotten technical difficulties. We've had dropped frames somehow. I don't even know. It never fails.
I think it'd be awesome if our listeners screenshotted us when we're frozen like that and sends them to us so that we make a compilation of technical difficulty pictures.
Yeah. Don't worry, they've already been memes made of us, so it's okay.
I mean,
I was not aware of that.
You made it.
I'm almost afraid sometimes to speak because like you realize what facial expression you have and how it could be frozen on the screen. So you try not to make stupid faces as you're speaking because then you realize you could be frozen. Like, remember like when your mom told you when you were a kid, you make a bad face and then it's going to stay like that forever?
Yes.
That's what happens. That's what happens on the internet.
This is where it's coming from. This was it.
I'm telling you. It's exactly how it is.
Life's message, always listen to your mother.
Yeah.
Always listen to your mother. 85% of the time.
Well, my mama is rooting on my show, so you know what? Might as well keep doing it. I mean, she listens to my show more than anybody else in my family.
I gotta say, Gina does show up.
Yes, she does. Yes, she does.
Even if it's a minute or two, she shows up. So
we actually have one of our guests who's is going to be coming up soon. Patrick Hagemeyer from Savage Thoughts. He's actually in our chat currently right now. So
what's up, Mr. Patrick?
Yes, I had 2 weeks ago. I had a really, really great conversation with Patrick after Pipebomb, and we were kind of catching up because you know what? Even though lost in the fray of the way things go, and this is one of the reasons why that I did put in the description of tonight's show. If there are shows that are watching that want to do a little bit of promo or they want to get some of their questions asked, that they could come on and they could talk with us. I mean, the link is available for everybody to apparently my mother put a comment on my page. That'll be very interesting to know. So, actually, we got another guest that's just asking if they can jump on. I'll have to send them the link. Networking is always a big thing, okay? And here's the reason why. You never know who you're going to meet, where you're going to meet them from. Eddie Ocasio, what's doing? A little bit of ADHD. Sorry.
Not honey.
It's again, you meet so many different people, and depending on how like that communication goes, like I've known the guys from Savage Thoughts for about 3 years now. Okay?
Yeah.
We don't talk every day or we don't talk like every week, but occasionally with incidents that like happened last month, like it you know that even though you've not heard from them, they actually still care. They want to know what's going on. They reach out for help. And it may not just be show-wise, but you end up creating such a large family that way. And I could say I know hosts from about like 25 different shows at this point.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you meet from people from all over the place. And, you know, like me and Patrick are really good friends. I've known him for 3 years now. And like we said it, like we may not talk all the time, but just know that if either one of us are needed, we're going to be there for it. So that's always a good thing. It's always a good thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you never know. I mean, look at how you and I met. You and I and Melissa. I mean,
yeah.
And where's CJ now?
Yeah.
Like he just don't know. He just randomly happened upon you guys. You know.
It's true.
Okay.
It was like, in all fairness, it was like one of the oddest messages ever when we first met CJ. He was like, "Hey, I've been watching your show. You don't know me, but you know." But no, seriously,
he did that all the time. Yeah,
you know, that's how we wouldn't have met you otherwise.
And that ball is still rolling.
Yeah,
still going.
I know.
Still going.
Built momentum, and here we are. Yeah. Here we are. It's a sound machine.
And listen, if you guys have not listened to Sound Machine FM yet, you must be in a cave, because between Lynn, I'm just telling you this right now. Between Lynn and I, we have made Sound Machine FM probably one of the most smoothest running engines known to man. Better than Ford, better than Chevy, and damn well close to Dodge. So, I mean, music-wise, tons of variety. Tons of different shows on there, which is great. We have shows again from all over the globe, which is awesome. And again,
fucking awesome music.
It does expand again the fact knowing that we have shows from the UK, we have shows from the US, we have shows from Canada, we have shows from Costa Rica. Like the distance is unlimited when it comes to this. So that's how that's been working.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the green room to light up.
And speaking of Sound Machine, you should confirm, Ricky. Like every week, I actually add content, ready to go for Sound Machine, because my shows are on all the time.
Yeah, we have that big.
Yes, every Saturday.
We have that big sports Saturday. We have a show from Seattle. We have shows from New York. We have shows from Texas. Shows from Florida. Like again, like that sports Saturday is just. It's unique in its own kind, because there are a lot of different personalities that you have on. And that's another key thing to podcasting and different shows is all the different personalities and ideas that people come up with.
Yeah, Bearman's got a few shows on Saturdays. So, hey, you want to hear him?
There's new content every week. Every week there's going to be new content from me. So you better jot that down. There'll be new content from the Bearman every week.
By the way, I want to shout out one listener currently right now on this show. And I'm going to scream it all the way from New York City out to Sweden. Mr. Lars the Viking is watching us at like 1 a.m. Sweden time right now.
Wow.
Love you.
Speaking of Lars, this is actually one of the missions
Loyal.
for my soccer podcast. I have to have Lars on my freaking show, and Lars, I will get up at 2:00 my time if that works for you. Whatever helps you out, brother, I will do it. Just have you on the show because you have to be on. Damn it!
See,
I need to have you on.
See, that's again,
Nice.
that is the long distance love that we have for our family, because if Lars is that dedicated,
Podcasters.
if he is that dedicated to be watching us past 1 a.m., then you know that everything is good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
for sure.
And Patrick is saying it's football, not soccer. We're going to argue about this again.
Patrick,
Here we go again.
Patrick, you really don't want to have this argument with me, brother.
We're
You
gonna
really don't.
we're gonna call it football international.
Just say football.
Yes.
Football
See,
international.
Lars is there. He is dedicated. He is dedicated.
He is. He absolutely is.
By the way, I will say though that one of the guests, we will probably be doing a small live from their domicile next week, because I may be going to Jersey to go hang out with the part of the KKK Sports Group. Can't wait for that. I
I think it'll be fun.
I cannot wait for that. It's great because we've been Janet. Janet's saying we should call it Fokker Ball.
Oh, jeez.
Sounds good to me.
You guys are definitely gonna have to fill me in on comments, because I'm using my phone to do the show and I can't see the screen with all the comments. So I have no idea what's going on in the comment section. So if anything is related to me at all, just please relay the message to me, because I can't tell.
Well,
Lars said he loves it.
Who will tell you?
Well, believe it or not, we are actually using a brand new setup for tonight's show, which currently may actually be transferred over to the coming weeks of Pipebomb Productions, because again, that's the other thing about doing shows. Like if you do a live show and the podcast people don't get to see it, they do get kind of curious what your video lives are like. And the more that we've talked about it, the more people have said, "Oh my God, what did they just show on their show?" And then they end up popping up on the YouTube or the Twitch or any of those, and they look at the video.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got Patrick up here. Let's see here.
Saw Chelsea and Arsenal, eh?
Still driving. That's
Traditional
I
London
can't throw
derby.
video on.
All right, Patrick's driving, but he's live on the air with us. What's up, Patrick?
How you doing, Patrick?
Oh, not much. I'm doing well. Driving to my studio, so driving over to Matt's
Hey.
house. Once I get there, we'll get us set up and then jump in.
Sweet.
Cool.
Forward
I
to it,
love that.
brother.
Sounds good.
I always love the cross promotion between Pipe Bomb and Savage Thoughts.
Now, Patrick, I gotta ask you, what year
I
was
did
it
too-
when
I
you
did
saw
too.
Chelsea
I
and
li-
Arsenal?
I was there in 06. So
Okay.
I lived in the UK from 04 to 08.
All right, during the days
So,
when
I'll say it
Arsenal
this
was still
way.
a good team.
Carol.
Correct. No, absolutely. But the thing about it that I'll say about football, and European football, we'll put it that way. That work for you?
All right.
The
no,
fans
no.
are 1,000 times more rabid.
The best way to put it, Patrick, is calling soccer real football, because they actually play football, because they play with their damn feet. And the clock does not stop.
True.
And there are no commercial breaks, which is super important.
Yeah,
Anyway.
but like LeBron, they like to flop.
Yeah, well, keep in mind, you can get a yellow card for flopping. I see it all the time. It's just a shame that Neymar never gets a yellow card, because he just over-exaggerates, and the referee feels bad for the guy.
All right, so we'll kind of taper off the sports talk till Saturday, or actually tomorrow. Patrick, give everybody a little bit of a info on Savage Thoughts while you're on your way there.
Well, I'm actually going to save that because I was actually going to call you, Ricky, because we got some changes coming.
Ooh.
We got some real big changes coming.
Does that mean that I get more guest spots on Savage?
Possibly, but we
That
might
was
be
the-
talking to come over to you.
Really? That would
Yes,
be
because
interesting.
Well, you wanted something different content. We're kind of talking about revamping, rebranding, and going a whole different direction.
Homer Simpson loved that, by the way.
Noticed.
Yes. He likes everything.
So I mean, it's no surprise to you. I mean, I've been out ice fishing and came onto your show while I was ice fishing.
Yes.
You know, we're
Ice
looking at doing something more. You know, Matt with his off road with his Jeep. I've got the Power Wagon. I've got four wheelers. We're doing outdoor stuff all the time.
Yeah.
Well, it just makes sense to go. This is what we do on a regular basis. Let's film it. Let's talk about it. You know, I got
Nice.
this new thing. Let's try it out
Cool.
and give a good thing, but actually get factual information out to people. You know, this is for me. I'm hunting. Usually this time of year. And if I get a deer, this is what you do with it. This is what you save. This is, how you do all the processing, everything like that. But let's get some good information out to people and actually, kind of go down the legitimate thing, because there's only so many times if you watch Savage Thoughts at all that we can make jokes and set things on fire and, blow stuff up before you just kind of run that train out and it's kind of dead.
Yeah. Listen, I am.
So Matt.
You know me. I am always one of those ones that sits there and says, "Okay, you got an idea. Let's see what we got. Let's build it and run with it and make something like quote pipe bombing, exploding, because that's what we do."
Yep. And I know that, but like you said, Rick,
Cool.
thank you for the kind words, but we are a family. And yes, I've known you for 3 years now, but I know for a fact, take COVID away and all that stuff, if I told you I'm going to be in New York this weekend, you're going to be, where are you going to be at? Let's meet up. Let's go get something to eat, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Let me show you the city. And it's not even a question. Same thing, y'all came up to Minnesota. Hey, I'll meet you down at Mall of America. I'll show you around. You come in the winter. I'm sorry, I'll take you ice fishing, whatever. But that's what family does.
Of
And
course.
it doesn't matter. I mean, granted, I'm a former military guy, so a lot of my brothers that I don't see for years on end, I can be in the middle of Michigan, make one phone call, and I'll have 4 guys helping me change my tire. It doesn't matter if I don't see you every week.
Yeah, it's true. It's very true.
Yeah. Yep.
So we have another member coming on. Sorry to cut you all off, Patrick. I had a green room entry. We have on Kenny Kirkpatrick from the KKK Sports Show. What's up, Kenny?
What is up, Pipebomb family? Thanks, Ricky, for having me.
So I heard.
Hey, how are you?
So now we have on. Let's see, how many hosts from how many shows? Oh, screw it, I lost count.
3.
Yeah.
I got you, bro.
Real quick, Ricky, I'm breaking up real bad. I'm going to drop. I'll be back as soon as I'm at the studio.
All right, just give me a heads
Okay.
up. So Kenny,
What is up?
you just got done with Wits and Wagers. How does it feel to go back-to-back shows?
Love it. Makes you feel popular, man. Love it. Celebrity status,
So is the dynamic duo coming on? Because I heard that there's supposed to be some raviolis coming soon.
Yeah, they're supposed to be. I'm surprised I'm on before them. I thought I was going to be the late one, but
Speak of
they
the
should be
devils.
on.
Speak of the devils. There's the other half.
Speak of the devils.
There we are.
Now we
Hey.
now we have on almost the complete family from the K&K Sports Show. Kurt,
Yeah.
Jen, how are you?
Good. What's
Good.
going on?
How are you? Thanks for having us.
You guys are more than welcome to come on any show at any time you like. This is the door is always open.
Promote. Share your shows, you guys.
So the
Ricky, I don't know if it's on all of us, but I'm getting a really bad echo.
how about now?
I don't,
Feedback.
Well, I don't know. Somebody would have to talk.
That might have been
Alright,
me. I'm not
yeah,
used to
that's better. I was
StreamYard.
like, yeah,
That might
I
have
heard
been me
echoes.
messing up there.
technical difficulties.
Yeah,
That
Now
might
there
have
you go.
been me. That's the K&K Sports Show, so I brought you the whole experience. That's usually us.
Same here.
Yeah.
All right. So the K&K Sports Show, I am a big fan of. First off, let's get that out of the way. Jenny, Kurt, and Kenny have been amazing Again, it's another friendship that has been built over the time, and it's because of doing networking the way it is. Like the whole business of itself is networking, and it's three more great people
Yeah.
that I could say have become family over that course of the time. The more that we talk to each other and we help each other out and we promote each other, that's one of the bigger things for international podcasting.
It's interesting
go.
how relationships form.
Oh,
and how
yes.
people connect, and that's why you always got to be open. There's just so much out there and so much uniqueness, and you guys, your shows over the years have your KKK Sports Show, you guys have done so well, Kurt and Jen and Kenny, and you've the show's evolved, and it just looks great all the time. And I just promote your show when it's on, the shows you have, you guys.
Thank you.
Good,
We
Kurt.
really
Jen, you start,
appreciate
'cause
that.
you're the Tuesday. We'll do it in order. You go Tuesday night. Go ahead.
Oh, thank you for the opportunity to do that. And, we say about networking, but Ricky, we really thank you for, from the beginning with Restream and OBS in general, like it helped us, out of the kindness of
Immensely.
your heart, you just showed us the ropes. So, I'm glad we have the opportunity to actually kind of thank you on a grander scale in front of a lot of people. So thank you for that. And Lynn, you've also always been so supportive in the podcasting in general. I follow so many of your things. You always have so many tips and tricks just to help people, promote their podcast better. So thank you for that as well. Again, I'm glad we have the opportunity to actually thank you guys. But we do a show on Tuesday evenings called All In on High School Sports. We're based in New Jersey. So we're both former athletes, high school coaches, and we really try to cover as many sports teams, coaches, and programs as possible. All those coaches and players are working hard. We really just want to give a platform to them to kind of share, not just always the successful teams. We feel like they're always the ones.
Smaller schools.
Yeah, some of the smaller schools, and it doesn't have to be about the wins. It's really about those kids working hard and learning life lessons. And we're actually growing. We're hoping to do like a central. We're North Jersey, so we're kind of getting a central themed one going, and a South Jersey one coming soon. So we're continuing to grow as well.
And don't forget Maryland.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you. We're doing we are hoping to hook up with a couple of Maryland. We did we had a guest from Long Island, right? Long Island last week, and we had someone from
that's right. The New York people. Ricky and guys, we actually had Sophia. What was her? Laspina. She was the first player in Long Island history, female, to actually score a touchdown. So we had her in a football game. So we had her on, and
Cool.
it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
We're reaching out, saying, like Kenny said, we kind of adopted a Maryland team, Huntingtown High School, actually undefeated, 4-0. And Kenny did a great job connecting us with them.
And we had the coach from, I always forget, it was Idaho on. So we're based in New Jersey, and we're expanding in New Jersey, but we're really open again to highlighting, any athletes, coaches, and programs.
Oh, that's always a good thing, because the one thing that a lot of people don't get to see is like the semi-pro, amateur pro sports, and bringing in the high schools is more of like a refreshing thing than doing it where everybody is beating the crap out of professional sports, or a lot of like the minor league stuff like CFL and stuff like that. But to see the kids play, I think is actually a lot more interesting sometimes than it is for the pro game. So I give you guys a ton of credit for that, and I like the fact that it just keeps expanding by the week, which is always a good thing.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Kenny, if you want to hit up, you want to explain the K&K, all our K&K shows.
Yeah, I'll start, and then I'll let you finish K&K. We started K&K Sports Show in 2020 on Wednesday nights. It turned into the K&K Sports Show, but originally started as Briggsy on Sports with Kurt and our good friend Michael Briggs, who passed away earlier this year. They started Briggsy on Sports, and then Kurt asked me if I wanted to do something, and we named the show the K&K Sports Show. And 2 months after we started, pandemic hit. And I guess you learn from a pandemic. If you can make it through a pandemic, then and learn to talk about sports, different things, then you can make it when the sports all come. And now we're noticing that with all the sports coming back into play, we're doing our best there to keep everybody entertained, but we make it about our audience, and it's interactive for everyone. And that's what I think makes us different than other sports shows out there. Like, we don't want it to be about us. We want it to be about our audience and fans. And Kurt, you want to add anything to it? And that's Wednesday nights, 8 Eastern to 10 p.m. Eastern.
And then we also do on Thursday, we do our Wits and Wagers show where we also have our other co-host, Eddie Siciliano, who I want to give a shout out to him because he's also awesome with us. And on Thursdays, we're joined by Carson Shear, big guy on, he's actually a student at Michigan State. Kenny did a great job hooking up with him and getting him connected with us. But he does a big YouTube sensation. He does Ticket Time, Carson's Claws, but he's also a big sports fan. So he's our fourth guy in our panel. We make picks. We usually do like 8 to 10 of the best college football games of the weekend. And then we'll pick each NFL game for that weekend. So that's on 6 to 7. It's called the KKK Sports Show, Wits and Wagers.
And I see Kurt Misia's got an Oklahoma banner back there. We got to invite her on one of our shows. Get some college football with her.
Well, it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny though, because Darnell tries to throw a lot of shade on her for OU, and then I have absolutely no clue what goes on with college football, so I have to back her.
We'll definitely invite you on one of our shows for college football.
We're gonna lose.
There you go.
And then he don't say nothing, and then he says something. I'm like, okay, let's see.
So,
I gotta
That's why,
tell you. Go ahead.
When
Alex.
the Gators lose, it's good to roast. It's good to roast him when the Gators lose because he likes to roast me. Because I've been a disgruntled Longhorn fan for the last 10 years. I'm like, I don't even care anymore. And he.
Alex.
That's next week, I think. Oklahoma, Texas. It's coming up.
Yeah, it's coming in a couple weeks.
Oh, you guys got to do. We do fun little wagers on our shows too all the time. I think you guys need to do a little fun wager right now on make something up before the show's over. I think something needs to be.
We got to
put up there.
Yeah.
I don't know, but we got a Roll Tide comment in the chat right now, so I don't know.
Might be this.
I'm still no. It's actually Carol. I didn't know Carol followed college football, but believe it or not, when it comes to the college game, I sit there and I look at it. And Kenny, believe it or not, the bets that I wanted to give you on Saturday probably would have been most of the obscene ones that I had seen ever in college betting. So you may have laughed at me and just said, "Don't waste the money." Because I saw like a freaking 45-point spread, and I'm like, wow, I really want to take the 45-point spread. I think I'll be good on that. And they ended up covering, so I kind of missed out on it. But I will give you guys credit, though, for the college game, because when you guys talk about the college game and pre-show, Alex and myself were actually watching Wits and Wagers in the green room before we went on. So
thanks for that. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah, I need the link, gentlemen, so I can subscribe.
Okay, Kenny, we'll get it to him.
Well, yeah, we'll get that. Absolutely.
Don't walk out of this. What are we going to put on it, Bear Man?
Yeah.
Or put it in the chat. You put it in the chat, too.
Put it in the chat.
On KKK Sports Show on either YouTube or Facebook there.
I'm not getting my hopes up. Texas isn't beating Oklahoma. There's no way.
He didn't want to bet against himself.
He's a realist.
He's smart.
Okay, so the question I have for you guys while you guys are here is you've gotten this far. Obviously, the All In Sports is getting out there. What's the next step? Like, what is your next potential goal for what you want to do for all the shows?
That's a good question. I feel like, we're kind of taking that next step that we kind of envisioned right now. We are partnering with Jersey Sporting News for our high school show. They were originally based in like Central Jersey, Ocean and Monmouth counties, and we kind of hooked up with somebody there who they were seeking podcasts. So we just reached out. We've had a couple of meetings with them, and that's how we kind of got the Central and South portion up and going. Ironically, Jersey Sporting News, because of the pandemic, kind of hit a little bit of a wall. And I feel like our show, we were able to get it up and running because of the pandemic. We had the time to do it. So they're kind of getting back up, and we're hoping to kind of partner with them and take that next step.
Yeah, and like I was saying also with Jen over the weekend, I was talking to Kenny today on the high school side was, a big thing in Jersey. I mean, Jersey's huge with football, and obviously playoff time is a big time. And, I was talking to Jen over the weekend saying, like, I really want to do like a playoff show. So talking to Kenny today, Kenny has a great idea doing like a red zone playoff, atmosphere where a lot, people who aren't at the high school games, they can come to us. So we have
get a lot of everything.
And get a little of everything. So we have a lot of plans on that. And with K&K, Kenny, I mean, I just think we want to keep going forward. What I think Kenny and I do a great job of is we connected with the Rocky Mountain sports guys. I want to give a shout out with Matt Staffiero and those guys. Kenny met up with Paul Rosen from Florida. So we're getting a little of, not just Jersey based. We're bringing people from Colorado, people from Michigan, people from Florida. So, we're just trying to, connect with other states, other big fans, and grow the show that way.
Yeah, and like I said, Kurt, I just want to just add, just want to get the regular people involved. I'm not looking for celebrities. I like to get more people, everyday people from around the world that I've met through different pages and through the show, and build that up, like you said, Kurt, meeting people from different parts of the country and having them as not only fans, but as part of our show.
And I think that also keeps the originality
There's
for
just
everything.
so much opportunity out there.
I think that's what keeps every show original, that it doesn't have to be a top player or a top analyst or anything else like that. I think more of the originality comes from a lot of people that aren't famous, and like it's a slogan that we use on Arch Rivals all the time. It's a show for the fans, done by fans, which again gives it that originality.
Yep,
definitely,
absolutely.
So, anybody have any questions for Kurt and Kenny and Jen?
Actually, I do. Do you gentlemen, do y'all follow soccer by any chance?
I'm going to be honest. I do not. If you want to come on,
tell you what, we can use a soccer guy. We can use a soccer guy, that's for sure.
Well, it's because I'm a lifelong soccer fan, and my soccer show has just been getting better and better and better. I mean, immediately when I started, I started over a year ago. Because the content I put out is like I don't utilize the strategies that those pundits do. It's like the first thing I do when it comes to my podcasting is I eliminate the bullshit. Like I don't sugarcoat nothing. I tell the truth, even if it means getting heat, because I live with a code. If you piss people off, you're doing your damn job. So, I mean, I've gotten death threats from in Europe. I don't care. The fact that I'm pissing people off, that actually says, okay, well, at least I got their attention.
Yeah,
I'm really not a soccer fan. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Everybody's got their thing.
Yeah.
I even love our haters because at least they're watching.
I mean, I should tell you, Meeks. I mean, you won't believe how many Longhorn fans I've pissed off because I'm at a point where I'm not a Longhorn fan anymore. I'm objective. Because I'm a sports writer. So when I say, well, Oklahoma is a better team, I mean, because they are. I mean, some people just can't take the truth. I mean, I'm not being a hater. I'm just telling like it is. That's journalism. Tell the truth.
That's it.
Well, that's like not going into any detail. A good friend of ours said, if you're getting those trolls, you're being noticed. So just keep that in mind.
Oh, that's definitely
that's the advice I can give.
Be yourself. Be who you are, because everybody's different, and
Texas still
there's a place for
the overall
everybody.
series. So
There's room for everyone.
Couldn't agree more.
Okay.
The Longhorns are still up ahead in the overall series, so OU is overall not better than Texas. They never will be.
All right,
so
the New York
you
Yankee
guys think
fans
to win
out
the
there,
race,
Yankees won nothing.
Yeah,
that works.
I'm gonna get my on you, Bear Man.
So this
He's a bigger OU fan than I am.
This is going to be
doesn't matter. All the potential OU chokes at the end of the year anyway, so OU is not going to win anything big anyway.
All right, so what we're going to do is Patrick's actually in on video now, so we're going to add him in. So we now have potentially how many states on our show right now?
Wait, Kurt.
Wait a minute.
Kurt,
What's his name? What's his name? Because he's wearing
Kurt.
a Broncos shirt. That's all I need to know.
All right.
He's got a Broncos shirt on.
Go ahead, Patrick.
Minnesota sports. They disappoint every year, choke whenever they can. And the Wild and the Vikings both have the same amount of trophies.
This has definitely become the most international show ever. We have people in every state.
Matt's taking care of his kid. They were eating when I showed up, so I told him just get me live and we'll go.
Cool. This is a great family right here alone. If you guys really do need to get that experience, my suggestion is there are tons of different shows on here right now. We have Savage Thoughts on here. We have the KKK Sports Show. We have Wrestling with a Bear. We have Internet FC. There are tons of shows on this panel right now. So I'm going to go around originally, not only on the goal question, but when you guys started doing shows in the beginning, what difficulties did you find having, and how did you correct it? And I can start with Kurt and Jenny first.
Well, what's funny is it's still the difficulty I'd say in the beginning was even just getting you look back at our old shows with the screen looks Kurt's done such a good job with the producing and getting all of the stuff on the screen. But that's
a shout out to Ricky because Ricky taught me it, so I want to give Ricky the huge shout out for that.
But what's funny is it's such a work in progress because you're working with so many moving parts between like the Zoom and switching the graphics and letting the guests, like we have multiple guests like you guys doing, and just last week I think I forgot to I have a separate camera. I forgot to shut my camera off, so I was up there on the green screen. It looked terrible. So it's like, as much as we've improved, I still make a ton of mistakes.
And then, of course, we fight over it. So that's love. That's how it is.
Yeah, I'll go to Patrick next. When in the beginning, how did everything go?
I got the garbage headset that's on our third mic.
Oh, okay. See, another technical difficulty on Pipebomb.
Ones.
All right. Bearman.
Okay. Now I can actually hear you.
All right. So the question that I have is like in the beginning, everybody has the difficulties of doing shows or putting them together. What difficulties did you have in the beginning, and how did you kind of fix it?
In the beginning or constantly?
In the beginning. Let's start from the beginning.
Exactly.
We had a lot of problems just riffing with each other. When we started, Matt, our original co-host, Joe, and myself didn't know each other. I mean, we knew of each other for a little bit, but we didn't know each other. So getting to know each other and knowing where those lines with each one of us was and what we can joke about, what we can't. Joe had a big thing against fireworks. We light a lot of fireworks off on the show, and he got mad about walkout mad. But I guess it was show prep and trying to figure out what we're talking about every night. Our show is very freeform. We're not following sports. We're not doing any of this. One of the things we do is check how many people got shot in Chicago every week. I mean, it's that kind of show. It's just we make fun of the stupidity of humankind. And trying to find that stuff in the last 2 years has gotten harder and harder. But we just try. I think our biggest thing that we started with, Matt, thank God, is a DJ in his spare time, so he already had a soundboard, he already had microphones. But over time, we've upgraded our system to a full studio. I mean, we're running 4 monitors, 4 cameras. Matt's got a Shure mic, I've got a Heil Fin, this is a Heil Fin. Just trying to get that audio quality because, okay, what we do live is one thing, but what we upload was where we were getting most of our hits.
Wow. That's good, getting to know each other while doing a show. Yeah. I mean, it's hard enough to do a show when you know people and figure out, what are you going to do and who's going to kind of lead it. And like, wow, hats off to you guys.
Well, and, at that point, it's really hard. Like, we go back and listen to our first couple shows, and it's atrocious.
Oh, they all suck. They all suck at first. They all suck at first.
But now Matt and I have a running joke with our stuff, with our new setup and just how we flow and stuff like that is we have the best audio quality show that no one should listen to.
That usually does happen.
Everybody needs a bass line, right? Or somewhere.
You're going to have to move over, Matt.
Yeah, it might be hard to put both of you in the camera at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
I don't doubt.
Yet.
Squeeze in, get cozy.
Kurt and Jen can cuddle. We can cut off here.
Exactly.
No, our song quality, I think, is the thing I work the most on. That and our internet, which I think I might have finally resolved. We had just the stupidest damn problems you could ever have with your fucking internet. Just randomly, brand new router, $200 router, just drops off. It just turns off the two. You got your 2.4 gigahertz and your 5G. It just turns off the 2.4. Just kills our show right in the middle of it.
Oh, I know that feeling.
That's I was gonna say.
I know that.
And when you're on Twitch and you're doing the hype train thing and all that, and it dies in the middle of a hype train, oh, you kind of lose your mind.
Our whole first season that I was on Pipebomb, I think we recorded like 10 or 12 shows just off Ricky's phone because right in the center of the show, the internet just crapped out. So we had no choice. So we were all sitting around, everybody's in the middle of talking, and then we realized we're not talking to anybody. So he just had to hook up the phone and hang it from the printer. We're all squeezed in trying to fit into the screen, you know.
That's resourcefulness.
That's
a
when
podcaster, man.
That's when you're glad that you like the people you're on the show with, because when you're sitting 4 inches from them, you know, like on top of each other, you know.
And hope it's not like New York City transportation where you have some BO from a stranger. You don't want to experience that while you're doing the show and you're all squeezed in. Just know that.
Yeah, especially in a New York City subway, right, Ricky?
Oh yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't even work down there. You're deep underground. I don't know how the reception would even work.
The other one we ran into is because of what we do for stories and stuff like that. Facebook, with Facebook Live, we got so many copyright claims against us just constantly. And it's because we're pulling up a story and talking about the story. I mean, it's fair use. We're using it in the fair use context, but constantly. And that drove us. That's where we went.
Well, you tell the story and the audio of the news story would automatically start playing, and that's what would get us. Just really dumb.
The other one that I thought was funny is we were watching a show one night and we played CeeLo Green's song, and it went bonk, bonk, and we were dead. That killed our.
It got
our
two
screen.
fucking notes out. That's it. Done.
Oh my god!
I've never seen
wow.
something get killed that quick.
That's crazy.
I don't know. Bearman, what did you find as an issue in the beginning?
Oh, for my shows?
Yeah.
Well, it's tough. It's tough because it was hard to find guests. I mean, a lot of times I have to do shows on my own because it's hard. What's hard is booking somebody. But what's been the problem is that I've had people back out probably like 5 minutes before we're supposed to go. And when that happens, Ricky, that's like it's disrespectful. When somebody backs out of a scheduled recording like 5 minutes before we're supposed to go, I mean that tells me like this guy can't be trusted because he doesn't care. So if he doesn't care, he has no business being on my show. Because podcasting is my livelihood. I mean, sports writing, sports journalism is my livelihood. That's why I always say I eliminate the bullshit. I tell it like it is, okay? So I don't deal with drama. I don't deal with bullshit. If you back out of a show, even though you promised to be on, forget it. You're not going to be on ever again. Unless you have a legitimate excuse. But if you're just going to say, make it, like, be disrespectful and like that, then forget it. All right?
That is true.
Yeah.
I mean, what I don't understand, I mean, it's like, you have a job interview, and then 5 minutes before your scheduled time, you decide, okay, well, I don't want to do this. I mean,
that happens. It happens, though.
It happens. It happens. I remember going live once when I started years ago. And some people are self-absorbed, and it does happen. I remember when I started going live. I started live radio. My producer's counting me down. And my guests never showed up, and you have to think on your feet, right?
Exactly. See, one of the biggest journalism roots that I live by, aside from always being honest and not dealing with BS, is when I set a time when I set a deadline, I always meet with it. Like the website I write for, if I tell the editors I'm gonna have this done by tonight, I get it done by tonight. I do not back out of a deadline because that is not good. That damages reputations. People will lose trust in you. If you say you're going to get it done, get it done. Okay? I mean,
do what you're going to do.
And I apologize for my tone, but this is just how serious I am because sports journalism is not taken as seriously as it should be. Like the way I do my shows, I don't do the shit that we do on ESPN. I don't do a script. I tell it what's on my mind, and I have my evidence to back it up. I always stick to the facts. That is me.
All right. Lynn?
Good for you.
I'm going to have you take over for a little bit. I have to step away for a moment.
Okay, well, I'm having tech issues, so okay.
Okay, well, we still have a lot of viable people on here, so
yes.
Ricky, I gotta run for a few. The dog has a bathroom emergency, so I gotta take her outside.
No problem. All right, we got
Patrick, dog's gotta go.
We got Patrick and Matt back, so carry on. I have to step away for a moment, though. Thanks for coming on, Kenny. I appreciate it.
Well, no, you can't see me if you look. Well, you can kind of see my head. Savage Thoughts is blocking me.
Oh,
God.
okay. Well, everybody's here. Carry on. I'll be right back.
Okay. Awesome. I just want to say, Kurt, Jen, if you guys ever need a connection in terms of I know you were looking for some interns. I knew a great woman in Connecticut. She has been running a program for years and years called Work It. She works with high school and college students. She helps them, identify what careers they might want to go into. And so she does work with some students that they are into sports. And so she does team up with businesses and other career people that, to sort of give those kids a taste, give them a little bit of work experience. So I can connect you with her as well. And that's really for anybody that might need some kind of, anybody else that's watching, but because she does prepare these kids for, the careers that they want to go into. So it's nice for them to get a taste of, maybe what's involved. So I can always, happy to connect because I know you guys were looking for interns.
Thank you. That's great to know. We actually, it's funny, we didn't really mention that as one of the challenges, but one of the challenges was having, full-time jobs, kind of like keeping up with some of the things with our podcast was getting a little difficult. So we decided to seek interns, and we did get 3. They are phenomenal. They are fantastic. I mean, they're younger than us, so their social media skills are very high. So they're definitely helping us on the social media front. And one's a senior in college, one's doing her senior experience in high school, another one's a freshman in college. They're all interested in sports and technology, marketing, which they're helping us as well, kind of, get some more sponsorships. They just started with us, I guess. Rachel's been with us a month, but she's been fantastic. And the other 2 kind of 2 weeks now. But yeah, that would be great, Lynn. Thank you. And we feel very fortunate to get the 3 that we did, and they're working out. They're really great kids. Yeah, and they've helped us a lot already.
Shout out to the interns.
Cool. Awesome. Y'all work together. Yeah. Podcasting's such a great space for them too. So nice.
Anybody want to auction off Ricky's chair over there? Did he work so hard?
What happened?
Let's auction off Ricky's chair while he's not here.
That is the most comfortable chair on the face of the planet, I want you to know.
Sell it, Melissa.
When I go over there and when I am there and I'm sitting next to him, I'm in this hard ass chair for 2.5 hours, and he's sitting there all laid back in his chair. And I'm like, what's going on? How do you get that chair? He's like, I earned this chair. I was like, oh, great.
Well,
That makes you feel better.
Chair.
I earned the chair.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Anybody want to give me $5 for that chair?
What happened?
$100.
You want to give me $5? I'll sell you that chair.
If I knew how to do all his technical crap, I would be sitting in that chair.
He has to go to the restroom. Until he goes to the restroom, pop him out, and then when he comes back, he'll be like.
Yeah, no, that's our biggest thing is that only Ricky knows how to do all that tech stuff. So when I'm there, it's I can't sit in the big girl chair because I don't know how to do all the clicky stuff that he does during the show.
The clicky stuff.
The clicky.
I call it nerd.
Listen. I call it nerd speak.
The nerd.
And he knows what it is. I mean, you guys all heard me talk about the nerd speak. I don't understand any of it. He talks to me. We have a full-on conversation about all his technical stuff. And I just go, yes, that's great, babe. I understand. And I have no idea what he's talking about. Not at all.
It can get pretty intense. And
so
that's
he
really
handles
what
all
stops
the-
a lot of people from starting.
He handles all the nerd stuff, and I just sit back and let him do it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it can be a challenge for sure. For sure. That's why I like him handling all that stuff. I like doing all the other stuff.
He wrote, I'm hearing all of this in the comments.
I hear all this.
And
but it's true. I'm not saying anything that's not common knowledge. This is something we've talked about a million times. I don't understand any of that stuff, and he has zero desire to teach me.
We have a desire to learn. That's what we have him for.
So as long as he wants to do it, why do I have to?
That's how I feel.
I tell him one has to,
because I don't.
I have the beautiful face, and he has the brain for the computer. That's how it works. That's how we balance each other out.
It's a great match. It's a great match for sure. So I want to know if anybody here, if there's other podcasts, because we definitely like to help promote and cross promote, and not everybody can be here, and some people are busy and couldn't be here. But is there any podcast, other ones that any of you listen to that you want to give a shout out to that maybe somebody might be interested in? I know sometimes we don't always have time to listen to their podcasts, but if there is any that come to mind for anybody.
Well, there was one. He actually popped in when we did this show last year. His name is Josh Kirby. He actually runs the Kirby on Sports podcast, and he does a pretty good job. Strongly recommend listening to that one as well.
Hi, Melissa.
I never heard of that one.
Hey, how are you?
Cool.
I'm good.
See, this is the thing with our shows. We have a lot of guests that come in and out, and visitors, and Kim's a regular. She'll third mic for us sometimes when Derek doesn't show up, or I don't show up, or Matt decides to cut pills in half and talk about.
Yeah, we're not talking about that. I don't do that anymore. Our original third co-host, Joe, he does an RC racing podcast. Ran out of talent. Ran out of talent, and he does a Cauliflower Ear
podcast.
The MMA podcast, Cauliflower Ear. I know the RC car one has a pretty good following, just based on its pretty specific group, and he's organized, fairly entertaining. So
we did our show prep for 2 years.
It don't take much, I don't think, compared to the other RC podcasts to really shine. And he definitely shines out above them. And him and his co-host, they get into other random topics too. And I don't do RC cars, but it's always fun to listen to.
Hey, Kenny.
Lynn, I've been waiting for Ricky to come back. I unfortunately have to go. I have dinner waiting for me upstairs. My friends invited me for dinner tonight. And I just wanted to thank you for inviting me on.
Yeah, Kenny, before you go, Ricky's in the chat, and he said you did a wardrobe change.
I did. The dog had to go outside, so I got all the fur. My friend's dog, and she's shedding a little bit, so I had the dark color showed the fur. So
that's pretty impressive, Kenny. That's impressive.
You wanted to show the different K&K colors.
Yeah, that's what you wanted to do.
Well,
that too. Yeah, that too.
And you got, now we're gonna have to stop halfway so me and Melissa can do wardrobe changes.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
It's not fair.
Absolutely.
Listen, I'm wearing my sexiest football pants. I know you can't see them, but look, this is what I wear. You do your hair, you brush your hair for like this part up, and then you wear football pants for the bottom half.
I do have pants on today.
That's great.
Oh, there's Ricky.
There he is. Yeah, Ricky, I had to change.
Say goodbye.
It's okay, Kenny.
Got to change the shirts every 15 minutes.
We'll be waiting for the shipping on your
Keep
chair.
it fresh.
Yeah, the shipping on my chair. I know. I was listening to all of that conversation while I was taking care of the medical stuff. Because that's what I do.
Fun fact about Ricky's chair. It's actually the second chair.
Just go
Because
get
the
him
first
a-
chair, when we put it together, was missing parts.
God.
My
Yeah,
cat
and,
is
and
in
Ricky's
plotting.
like, we really gotta talk about this, don't we?
So this is chair take 2.
Yes, chair take 2.
It's all part of the podcasting experience.
There's nothing like putting together a chair. You go to do a show and the arm falls off. You know, like that's just the way it goes. You know, and try to balance on one
great.
side of the chair.
You have
Ricky,
to test the
well,
chair.
sorry,
Go ahead.
Ricky. I want to unfortunately say we're going to go too because Jenny Hoops has to make some dinner. We're not going to say what's on the menu, Ricky, because that menu tonight isn't what's going to be on the big football weekend menu. Just an FYI.
Okay, but just remember one thing.
Classified info, right? It's classified info.
I will pronounce this
Top
live on the
secret.
air, like I said to you earlier on the phone. When there is a plate, a knife, and a fork ready for me to be there, I'm there.
All right, anytime.
That's all her, Ricky,
anytime.
'cause-
Absolutely.
I'll say this on air, and Kenny can be my witness. I don't know if there's 3 things I can personally cook. So without Hoops, I'm in trouble. So don't ever mention to me, Ricky, about food because I can't cook you anything. So that's all her.
Anytime.
Nice.
And any
Good
of
to
you
see you
are
guys.
absolutely open invite to anybody. Me, see, especially the Oklahoma. We'll get the Texas. We'll have some fun on our shows too. And Ricky, you doing Arch Rival Saturday?
Yes, we are. 4:30. Open
I
invitation
should
to
be able
K&K.
to. I should be able to hop on. I got to work that night, but that's not until 7:00. So I should be able to join for a little bit.
That would be great.
Thank you
Thanks,
so much
Ricky.
for inviting
Thank you
us,
very much.
guys.
Thank you for having us.
Nice to meet you, Kenny.
Nice
Thank
to
you,
meet
guys.
some of you. Thank you
too.
so much.
KKK
Good luck
Sports
to
Show, if you
everyone.
wanna check this, just
Good to
check
see you,
that out.
Kurt.
It's on Facebook and YouTube. You can.
All right.
You can
I
join
definitely
there,
will,
Rick.
brother. I definitely will.
Awesome.
Ricky,
Take
thank you
care.
so much. Thank you
Have a
for
good
everything,
night.
Ricky.
You're welcome. Have a good night, guys.
Thank
you.
That's the
Such
K&K
nice
Sports
people.
Show. I'm telling you, amazing.
So nice.
Is that a
Oh, I
Kim
hope
monster
this-
looming?
It is a
It
Kim.
is.
Oh my God! I haven't had Kim on a show in forever. Holy smokes!
Get on the other
on the
sit
camera.
over
That's
there.
Jeez. Whole nother
She
camera, whole
shenanigans.
nother mic. I'm gonna go over your shoulder. and
She
tell you.
responds well when you yell at her.
It takes 30 seconds to sink in. That's all.
Tell her to calm down. Works well too.
Yeah, telling a woman to calm down works 100% of never.
Oh yeah. Oh
I got
yeah.
her back.
Works great.
Yeah, I know about all of those late night conversations, Kim.
Ricky, I'm sober now, so no more of those.
Did she tell you the night was Sauk Rapids PD, Ricky?
Yes, she did.
Okay.
Challenge accepted.
This is again where I go to the fact that 4 years ago or 4+ years ago, the Pipebomb family was tiny, like a little baby. 4 years later, ain't so tiny anymore.
No.
It's like a raging teenager, like having to go through like all that puberty shit. Because again, like, and it's crazy that I say this in the most awkward way possible, but when you're sitting there at 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. and you're supposed to be working and you're scrolling through Facebook and you see a post and you're like, fuck, somebody needs me. I'm not working for the rest of the night. And I'm reaching out to somebody who I have known for the longest time, especially you guys from Savage, because I've seen posts and I'm like, yep, I got to get in contact with them, especially Kim.
Thank you.
That's how family works.
Real quick, with one of the things
Loyalty.
that we found out with podcasting that's helped us, a stream deck. If y'all don't have a stream deck, oh my God, is it a game changer?
I know I'm right, God damn it!
Case in point.
Oh yeah,
So
I don't have to share the screen
that's
on,
my
so I don't
favorite
have I don't have my sound effects up yet.
Well, no, with the stream deck,
It's a touch. Every button you can change the picture on,
Yeah.
and you can have pages and pages and pages.
but
It's
it also
endless.
we use OBS, so I can actually hit fade and it fades through to the next scene. And it
I actually use OBS too. Yeah, OBS is actually really good. I love how as soon as you stop recording, it automatically saves it into a folder.
yeah, no, but like I said, with OBS and even the low end stream deck, all the transitions, the fades, I want to go to this scene.
You can
It's
set it up.
one button.
Yeah, set it up on a button instead of clicking around with the mouse. You can have a page for just all your, if you got sponsors, if you want to switch from one camera view to, like you with the internet in the background or whatever. It's pretty cool. Once you got that all set up, you can program it into that instead of clicking with your darn mouse.
Cat.
Well, that's also something else I want to kind of discuss on the show tonight, because for a lot of people that don't know, like, this is a millennium view from the way it was in the beginning. And I do want to say this to everybody, and I'm pretty sure you guys will all agree with this.
Did you just hold on? Sorry to interrupt. Did that
hear
come
Kim?
through? What Kim just? This is why we keep her around.
What?
She just turns to Derek and says, oh, "Your meat is hot." She's eating a beef stick from him, and
I saw that grill eating. I thought, yay, I can eat two then. And then, I didn't know his beef was spicy.
okay, sorry. I had to point out
Kim is
Kim.
into
Why? Is there a no eating rule? Did I miss something?
No.
Isn't. She said she just saw me eat a donut, so she was gonna eat. I'm like, hell yeah, I can't sit here for 3 hours and not eat. Are you fucking kidding me?
Listen, I just carried my phone inside and ate dinner while I was talking to all you guys.
And
In fact, first show I came on,
We eat all the time. Like, I don't think there's any kind of rules against any of that stuff.
no, the best one, especially if you're recording, the best one is a banana. And chew with your mouth open and just watch everyone's reaction. It's so
Never-
priceless.
Never
Oh
eat butter.
God.
I was getting a butter donut, and I
We should
wasn't
do
sure
that.
if
You
I
guys
was-
should do that on the show sometime.
I usually do it with beef jerky. Well, I'm from the state of Texas. That's
Where in Texas? Where
in
you at?
DFW.
DFW, I lived in Abilene for 3 years.
Okay.
B1s.
Out west, middle of nowhere.
Rocks and cows.
It's like 3 hours away from Fort Worth, and I'm close to Fort Worth.
Yeah, we would drive into DFW quite a bit. And my uncle still lives down in Medina, Texas, just north of San Antonio. So I'd come down once a year, twice a year.
There are tons of hot meat comments in the chat right now. Thank you guys for adding those in.
thank you, Kim. Thanks for that.
Well, although I've had to see Kim do something with Vaseline, and I really don't even want to.
No, it was not Vaseline. It was butter.
It was
Oh yeah, the stick of butter.
She deep-throated because she wanted to prove she didn't have a gag reflex.
I mean,
Oh, she proved it.
She proved it.
And I peed my pants.
Yes, and she pissed herself trying to get underneath the garage door because we wouldn't open
No,
the.
she couldn't open the regular door.
Yeah, we wouldn't open the regular door for her because her hands were all
full of
greasy.
butter.
This is the
Again,
family that
another
we run
reason
with.
I'm sober.
Of course, dude, I didn't watch y'all's show if that's the kind of shit that happens. So, and I'm pretty out of the loop. I want to be there.
Jeez, Misi made us eat vomit flavored freaking what were they?
Skittles.
Bro, I just kind
Oh, if you want to talk stunt boy shit, I got you beat on all the stunt boy stuff.
He got kicked out. Well, he was almost got kicked off to Twitch for piercing his nipples live on the air himself with
Oh,
a syringe.
yeah.
What is wrong with people?
I burned the shit out of my
I got
hands
50 bucks.
I burned the shit out of my hands because I lit Rusty's garage on fire like 3 times and had plastic drip down on my hands.
Oh my
I was
God,
like,
I'm
"Dirty
going
cow."
They make me watch horses get
Like-
do that.
Oh, hold on. Kim had never seen porn in her life. Ever.
Instructional health aids.
What?
Instructional health aids. We do not call it
Oh.
porn.
Oh no, this was what we showed her
No,
was
this
not an
was
instructional health aid.
No. We
PSD.
gave her 2 girls, 1 cup. We gave her Mr. Hands, and we gave her cake farts.
Who farts on perfectly good cake? Should be against the law. It's just wrong.
Welcome to Savage Thoughts.
I just went and liked your guys' page.
Sweet. I'll hook up with you later, Misi.
Savage.
I like it. I like what I'm hearing. I'm all in.
The life of
got me.
podcasting right there in itself.
Why
You
do we
got
not
me.
have that show on our station?
I listen.
Why are we
I
not broadcasting this.
I am not.
We're not for human consumption.
Yeah.
Well, listen,
We've
you
tried to
fit
get hosted
perfectly.
by another channel, and then we had a stripper show their,
Put you on late
their
night.
butthole, and then it was a
So we were for a while affiliated with a legitimate radio guy here in town because I was on the radio on Fridays with him as a co-host. We were on his Twitch channel, and he then got in some hot water, and the station wanted the passwords for the Facebook page and his Twitch channel, and they told him he was suspended.
Whoa.
He said, "Fuck you, you're not getting it. I quit." Then he was in this garage as
Doing
his
his
lifeboat. Like, this was all he had left, was my studio in my garage until he got his own thing going. It took like a month. And we had a stripper on, and apparently she was waving her asshole around, which I didn't notice. And it got his channel suspended for 3 days, which at first, like, he was live on the air the next day, and all of a sudden it just shut off with no warning. And he's already like lost his gig at the radio station. So now he's going, all right, I got to try to do this new thing. Then his channel just goes blank. He can't log back on. It gives him the message it's been locked out or whatever. It was an interesting time.
Yes, it was.
We would have made almost $300 that night on Twitch. But because it was that show that got the whole thing in trouble, they keep the money. I think they give it back to the people who donated, didn't they? Yeah, they give it back to whoever donated. So we didn't get shit. We got him suspended. Then we were no longer on his channel after that. It was.
Oh man.
I'm now subscribed to the Savage podcast. I'm now subscribed.
Nice. And then it's like, well, how mad can you really get at us? Because this is all he had. So he couldn't be like, fuck you guys. Oh, wait. No, I still need your studio.
Well, and then he calls me up and he's like, can you help me set up my studio? Yeah, I can come over, set his computer up, set everything up, got him up and running.
Yep. Now he's got his own thing rocking over there. He's continuing to mess shit up sometimes, but you know, he's still going. Over 6,000 subscribers, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I don't listen to his show very often. I'm always busy at work, but when he first started on Twitch and like he got his own studio going, I'd be at work, I'd turn it on. Every time I turned his show on, like my entire fucking facility would break down. Now, I haven't listened for a long time. And part of it was because of that, which call it superstition, whatever, but it was like clockwork every fucking time I turned it on. Now, I heard about some drama going on this week, so I'm like, oh, I got to listen to this. So I turned it on. 6 o'clock comes, his show starts. I push the start button on our 8,000 horse motor on the shredder. And it no more than gets up to speed, which takes about 30 seconds. Everything fucking shuts down. Every camera on the facility, the whole network, everything is ran. Every conveyor belt is ran by a computer and monitored. All of the shit just down. There you sit for 25 minutes for no reason. It just reboots and hey, now it works. All because I turned on his fucking show.
That's karma.
I guarantee you that's why.
Holy.
That is absolute karma.
We should drop off and get our show rolling here.
We gotta do our thing.
I will pop on in a little bit myself. Thank you guys for coming on. I appreciate it.
Yeah, hey, we figured out how to do this
please, I'll
virtual
follow up with
cam
you.
thing. So like our whole studio is on there.
Let's do it.
Never done this before.
Well, you always learn something when you jump on our show.
So
Sure.
when is your show? What day? Like, give us the details. Give the watchers details.
Thursday nights at 7:30 Central is when we go live on Twitch. It's Savage Thoughts on Twitch.
And I will be in contact
Central,
about getting
8:30 Eastern.
I will get in contact with you about getting Savage Thoughts on Sound Machine.
Yeah.
If
Well,
Pipe
Now subscribed.
if Pipe Bomb could be on there and as rowdy as uncensored as we are, I think you guys can get on there too.
We'll talk.
Definitely.
We've got another show too that's pretty
Out there.
cool.
Okay, I'm just going to say it now, and I'll bring it up, and this is probably one of the most offensive things. We watched a video of a gas fire where a truck blew up in Africa, and there was a guy who was all gray, and Matt looks at it and goes, why has he got all that body paint on? No, he was burned. That was ash.
Oh.
And he didn't realize.
Don't forget the 1 little, 2 little, 3
Yeah,
little
I
African
know.
boys. So little African boy was hanging off the back of a cube truck or something, and it got smashed into by another vehicle. And if you freeze the video clip at the right spot, you see 3 separate African boys.
Welcome to Matt.
There you go.
I like to pause clips as we watch them, and then I pick things.
So y'all have a good one. I'll be following up with both of you.
All right, thank you guys for coming on. I appreciate it.
You too.
Yep.
Nice to meet y'all.
Good to meet ya.
See you later.
Savage Thoughts live here on Pipe Bomb. Well, again, family that has been around for a
Never
long
heard
time.
of them.
See, this
Never
is what I
heard of
love,
them, Ricky.
meeting the new people. I mean, I love it.
I can't wait to watch their show. I really can't.
I mean, I think it's more edgier than a simple comedy. I think they really take it to that level. But you know what? So be it. That's the freedom of podcasting. Take it to that level.
Hey, Dave,
This is your show.
Hey,
you run it
Dave,
the way you want.
Dave, there's an empty spot if you want to come on. I'll send you the link if you want to come on and
Yeah, Dave, we're here.
hang out for a little while. Because
Dave Canyon?
yes, Dave
Yeah.
Canyon's in our chat right now. I'm not sure which. Oh, Carol says she'll even jump on. Let me
Dave, we haven't seen him around for a while.
let me see what I can do here to get.
Yeah, Mama.
Yeah, never heard of those guys.
See if I can get Carol on for a little bit. Carol's got a show.
He said he can at the moment, but thank you.
Well, we love you, Dave. We
Dave,
miss you.
put in the chat your info, like your show, where they can catch you, and things like that. Because you know what, people will watch us after we're done.
He's been on a break for a while.
Let's see if we can get some.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, it's always there. That's the beauty of it. It's always recorded. And we do play Dave's show Wednesday mornings on Sound Machine. And Dave is the pragmatic, funny, deadpan humor. Great guy. I can't remember how I met Dave. It was a couple years ago, 2-3 years ago. I don't know. There was just something about him. He's turned into a great friend, a great sounding board, an ear when I've needed it. I love Dave to death. Great guy, like so helpful, supportive.
Dave is
so yeah,
awesome.
his show's called Dumbing It Down with Dave. He is. And man, the podcasting space. I don't like just the people, man. And so yeah, you can catch a show. He is his home base is on Spreaker, Dumbing It Down with Dave. So you can catch all his past episodes, but we do play his library Wednesday mornings on Sound Machine.
I've been listening to his show for a year because he popped on
There you
last
go.
year and I subscribed. I mean, it's a hell of a show. And I promised Dave that a year from now I would come back and actually come on
He's a
his
good
show,
guy.
and I'm glad that I kept my promise.
There you go. See, that's all networking from last year that we had going on. And
Yeah.
Patrick was on last year too, although he was using his
Yes, he
kid's
was.
gaming headset, but he was on last year.
Yep. Patrick was on last year.
So see, that's again, we have a lot of. You see, he even put it in there. Dumbing it down with Dave.com. See, we have a whole big family that's going to come on and watch.
Miss you, Dave.
I will. Oh, here we go.
Hoi, hoi.
Hey, Carol.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
What's going on, love?
How y'all doing?
Hey.
It's
Same
international.
shit, different.
International
Same shit,
podcast
different
day.
toilet.
Nice.
Love that.
I have known Carol basically almost my entire life. Isn't that right, Carol?
You pretty much
Wow.
know me for my entire fucking existence.
Exactly. That's again family.
Practically. So damn near he didn't change my diapers, but you might as well say he did. But I was just but he really didn't. I can vouch for that. But I'm pretty much the little sister, for those who are actually listening, who's actually been on the show for Pain Train Pipe Bomb for an X amount of years.
Yeah.
I'm the shut up Carol.
Shut up, Carol.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
I'm the shut up Carol. So for those that know, they know.
That's really the best way to describe it when you think about it.
Yeah, so for the OGs, when it comes to Pain Train by Pipe Bomb, I'm the Shut Up Carol behind Shut Up Carol. So if you guys know, you know. Hi.
Yep. And you already got a Shut Up Carol in the chat.
I know. I probably got a good percentile. So let the good times roll.
For many who also don't know,
So you're gonna share your show?
Yeah, share it, Carol.
Yes, as a matter of fact, I actually am sharing my show. I'm on a show called WTF TV Live, aka known as What the Fuck TV Live. We broadcast every Tuesday night from 11 p.m. Central in the United States of America. We broadcast everything, well, dominantly porn stars. We interview your favorite porn star. We interview your favorite celebrity. We go balls to the wall action that YouTube can accept.
And if you can go balls to the wall on YouTube, then you know you're doing a good job.
Exactly. Well, I mean, to be honest, we almost hit the 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. Unfortunately, since, you know, everybody's a little bit of a Helena Lovejoy, aka, won't somebody please think of the children having asses? So we got bumped. So right now, I believe we're at 20,000 subscribers on our new YouTube channel.
Oh my
Hey,
Say la vie.
20,000 is still a significantly amount than a lot of other people have. Where, like, I'd say,
That's still 19,997 more than we have.
Oh no, we're growing.
Yeah, all the
you
shows. Yeah, I post my episodes on my YouTube, and I can't. It's almost impossible for me to get subscribers.
No, but that's the beautiful thing. But since we cater to, you know, the adult entertainment industry, it's a little bit of difficulty.
It sells.
Right.
However, it's the easiest clickbait imaginable because everybody loves tits, no matter what your sexual preference.
Oh, yeah.
So we can get away with censoring on YouTube. However, you can subscribe to our Apple podcast to actually see a nipple. And actually, for the real deal, you can subscribe to our OnlyFans as well.
Because everybody loves
Carol,
nipple.
Any of this, I just subscribed, babe.
That should be on a shirt, Ricky.
What? Everybody loves a nipple?
Yes, everybody loves a nipple.
Carol, I'll get on that for you. I'll put that in the
There you go. Hashtag.
Everybody loves a nipple. Just use a male nipple, because if you use the female nipple, everyone's going to have a heart attack.
It's true.
I think everybody would just worry about areola size, but, you know, that's just
No,
besides
just
the point.
write it.
Nah, just make a t-shirt. Everybody has a nipple, and it's a set of man boobs, and you're fine.
Yep.
I'm telling you, man boobs are
Or
acceptable
one big
than the
giant
actual
nipple in the
boobs.
middle.
Yes.
Or you can go total recall and just do 3 tits.
I was just talking at 3 tits last night with my friend. and then some guys kept telling me it's pointless. I'm like, that's bullshit. 2 hands? It's not pointless.
Exactly.
One mouth.
This is the whole thing, okay? And we can probably discuss this. 3 tits is ideal because everybody is happy. Because the guy from that Reddit thing with the 2 dicks ain't gonna work. Okay? It's not gonna fucking work.
There is a girl that actually got a 3rd tit put in. Like,
I saw that. I saw something about that.
I was looking at this. There is a chick that had that done.
Yeah, I swear, there is a girl that did that, and she's literally every Total Recall fan's wet dream right now.
Uh-huh.
There was a James Bond villain that actually had a 3rd nipple.
No, there was I think it was, but also I'm just thinking of Kung Pao Enter the Fist with the chick with 1 boob. That's my only person.
All right, so one of the things I was supposed to talk about, we're kind of push that to the side for a minute, but the other thing is we're actually talking about merchandising at this point. And merchandising is actually a great thing for podcasters because it gets their identity out. People for pre-rolls or mid-rolls. And yesterday I had showed Misi the one advertising that I thought would be pretty amazing for our show at least. Misi, do you remember the name of that website?
Oh.
She's laughing, so she knows.
Yes, she does.
She just had a PTSD moment, so I know she knows.
Yeah, so he sent that to me in the middle of where we were doing this radio show yesterday. And I get that. He's like, do some research on this. So I'm sitting there going like, the fuck? Because I had to read it like 4 times before I actually realized what it was because I was very confused. And then when I started reading the description of it, I'm like, are these fucking socks? They were
socks?
Yes.
Like socks for your feet.
Socks for your dick?
No.
That shit had me going. Hold
So-
on, watch.
Okay, so
Like dick warmers?
Lane, that's a
well,
condom.
all right. So basically,
They were sex socks.
yes, they're sex socks. They're technically called clap cleats. They are modified socks that give you traction while you're having sex.
Nigga, huh?
Traction.
Oh my
Motherfucker,
no
huh?
way.
It's
Yes.
Their action is their motto.
They are modified hospital socks with toes.
Yes.
And they have multiple different designs on them, so you have traction while you thrust. Okay?
They're just making own socks. You can get a free pair at the hospital. But they're toe socks as well.
Let me see if I
So-
can.
I'm not gonna lie. I hate toe socks. Like I hate them. I hate feet
Yeah.
in general. So
Ugly.
putting your toe and then they're like, no, it's too much for me. Nope. Sorry.
They seem very uncomfortable.
Ricky should get a pair and try them.
Ricky?
Let us know
Okay.
how it works.
I would just like to put this out there. I am with Ricky 9 years. I have seen his feet 5 times in 9 years.
What's up with
He
that, Ricky?
always has socks on. We share a hatred for feet. So I don't think I've ever really seen his feet for more than like 3 minutes. Ever.
So the reason.
And then
Go ahead.
Okay. Well, then me and Ricky had a conversation. Were these men only socks? Or are they for both sexes? And then he said, well, why would girls need to wear? I said, hello, don't leave out the lesbians. They do that too.
Yeah.
Exactly, man.
The site and it looks like only men are wearing them. So I feel a little left out for my lesbian friends out there because they could utilize these socks to thrust just as much as any man could. Just saying.
Yeah.
But
I agree. I mean, think about it. All that scissoring.
Hell yeah, right?
I mean, I'm just saying.
Like,
look at this shit
On the floor, yep.
Really, it's gonna be Butch Betty that's gonna need that with her strap on.
Exactly.
I'm telling you,
Exactly.
Ricky's laughing because it's true and because I can say this thoroughly and I have the right to say this.
But one of the reasons why they did bring this up, though, okay, it was the fact that there are all sorts of different advertising ideas on this website, podcorn.com.
On there.
And again, it depending on your show and how you like what style you have, there is
Janet, it's not a penis sock.
No, it's not a penis sock. It actually is on some
It
poor
goes
bastard's
on your
foot.
actual feet.
It's on a.
They're like fancy. They're like fancy hospital socks. You know the socks they give you in the hospital with the traction on them?
You just got traction on your
that.
feet.
Yeah,
That's all it is.
Yeah. And they come in. They're they're a lot more stylish than hospital socks. I'll at least give them that. I'm
Ricky,
not.
we didn't talk about the hospital socks.
I'm not a fan. I am one of those people that is not a fan of the actual toe sock.
Yeah, no.
But that goes to show that you can legit advertise everything from sex socks to energy drinks and all sorts of different things on your show. You just have to be able to go out and
that's
find them.
good.
You know, variety is key. So
Yeah, and that's good
clearly, you have
because
to have
almost
that.
everybody has a T-shirt. It's nice to
I mean,
shake it up and not just have
You know,
T-shirts.
T-shirts are cute. You know, we're trying to diversify our stuff. You know,
But I mean, we
T-shirts
can
are
have our
nice.
own sex socks.
Do not.
Why
Not
do we
even.
need to have a T-shirt when we
Not
can have
even.
sex
Not a lot
socks?
of people have that.
Not even. You can diversify your options by throwing paint train pipe bomb pasties, paint train pipe bomb cock rings.
Listen, wait a minute. I think at one point, didn't we have bikini bottoms?
Yes, we did.
We had bikini bottoms at one point, and we did have thongs at one point on our thing.
Well, we
See,
also,
or even better, paint train pipe bomb diaphragms.
well, think of it this way.
I feel like that's
No
a
one's
given.
seeing that though.
The only T-shirt in existence Carol has.
Can we make it glow in the dark?
A ball
Hell
gag.
yeah.
You can find them.
So you just see right in there, and then you see it
yeah.
glow.
Just know that Carol is the proud solo owner of the only shirt that we put out that was extremely dirty, and it's the I Love My Anagav T-shirt. She's the only one in existence that has that T-shirt.
And not only am I the only one in existence, I actually got so many thumb porn convention in Miami, Florida.
Nice.
All because of the bearded
Okay,
clam.
I gotta
back
go,
in
Ricky. I gotta go, guys.
All righty.
Aw,
Bye.
good talking to you.
All right.
It's good seeing you, Miss Lynn. It's been a while.
Good to hear your. Yes, it has. Good to hear your voice, Carol, because I see you in the chat of the show, but I've never heard your voice. So.
No,
your
like,
voice.
it's good to hear from you. Actually, it's good to hear from you once in a while, and let alone everybody.
For sure. Okay, guys, have a great night, and keep sharing. The day isn't over yet, and yeah, put your podcast in the feed. Everybody, even if you're just watching, like put your link in the feed because there's some great ones out there. So have a good night.
Bye, Lynn.
All right, see you later, lady.
Bye, folks.
See,
Between Janet and Carol, they keep me laughing throughout our whole show.
Santina's leaving.
Bye, Larry. That's my best.
Aww,
Oh,
leaving so soon. Poop.
listen,
That's
well,
my childhood best friend. We've been
Good night,
friends.
Fior.
But
I don't know if they were saying goodnight to Lynn though. They may be actually hanging out still.
Okay.
I don't even know.
No, but I know what Misi says. Like when it comes to me chatting on the group chat, I'm pretty much that says the most funniest shit. Or there's always a competition of who says the most funniest shit. I'm pretty much like that on WTF TV, and I am definitely like that in real life. This is never off.
That
The only time I'm off if I'm dead or I'm asleep.
That I can contest to. And Carol has been on Pipebomb before.
Yes,
She has
quite
been
a
on
few
Pipebomb
times
before.
actually.
I have been on times, yeah.
And when we can really get rid of the global bastard finally, or figure out the global bastard situation, I just need microphones. I could probably freaking put in like 5 or 6 different mics in here now, which is great because I
Yeah.
expanded.
Yeah, no, it's just this bastards like multiplying like symbiotes, but I mean, I don't know how many it is, but hopefully we can get something done.
Okay, let's see. I think I got a message from Josh Kirby.
Yeah, actually, I instructed him that he's looking to be on. So I'm like, yeah, just talk to Ricky, brother.
I'm gonna forward you the link, Alex, and then you can send it over to him.
All right.
Oh, actually, you have the link, don't you?
Yeah, from the StreamYard. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, send it over to Josh. He can come on for a little while. So,
Like I
Carol,
said, Kirby on Sports Network.
I'm going to interview you a little bit on the air.
Yeah, shoot.
Because I've pretty much have gotten a lot of the other shows. So one of the questions that we had was in the beginning, when you guys started out, what issues did you have and how did you fix it?
Wow. Well, when it comes to a podcast, I can give the slight history of WTF TV Live. WTF TV Live was originally and still is a public access TV show based out of New York City. It's been around for over 25 years. So Nelson Torres, who's pretty much the CEO, founder, the creator of the show, he's been pretty much running it. But when it comes to anything like technical difficulties, we've gotten so many, right down to the guests being late, showing up. Like I've had one guest that actually showed up 5 minutes before we went off the air, and the show's about half an hour long. So
wow.
Yeah. So, and the beautiful thing about it is everyone swears up and down that we're live. Even though, yes, we do have a public access television station, and we do it every Tuesday, but thank you, Global Bastard, we've been pre-taping our stuff. So we've had fuck-ups, but we just push through. We take it like good bitches.
We now welcome Josh Kirby to the show. Josh, how you doing, my man?
Ricky, thanks for
Hi, Josh.
Hey, how are you? How are you? Great to be with you all. I was debating whether to come on this show, but I just have to throw out that I was on this show a year ago to date on International Podcast Day.
You were. He was.
And that's how I met the Bear of Texas.
See, that's.
Yeah.
See, Josh, we're still here again 1 year later on International Podcast Day.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, and I'm with the Bear of Texas once again.
Nice. And I should let everybody know, Josh actually bought my T-shirt.
Yeah, you bought mine. Nobody else has bought mine.
Yeah, I bought the ball cap.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. I don't see you wearing it, Alex.
Well, I wore it almost all summer, and God knows how many times I've had to wash it because all those brutal humidity hours down here in Texas.
Well, I am going to shout out to Lars, who has now watched us till almost 3 a.m. at Sweden. Lars, I will be in touch with you tomorrow, my man, because we have Pipebomb Radio to do.
Yes, Duncan. Thank you so much for sticking around, because you're a better person than I am for staying up at 3 a.m.
Our favorite
night,
Swedish of all time.
So, Josh, since last year, give us a little bit of an update on the show. Any progress?
Well, it's been. I think last year we were right in the middle of the pandemic, if I remember correctly, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it was still fresh.
Yeah, it was still pretty fresh. So from a year ago, I've been able to get so many sports guests on. I'm still working on some contacts that haven't come through yet, but still, I've been thankful with so much support by so many different people and so many people taking time out of their day, even with sports coming back due to the advancements of technology and what all these leagues are doing to battle against COVID-19. And they've been coming on my show. I've been producing great YouTube content, revving up our NFL coverage for this season. I mean, it's just been great. I was very scared once this pandemic started. I was like, where am I going to end up? What's this podcast going to be? Is it just going to be run into the ground? But I mean, there have been some obstacles. I have been able to overcome them, and I have a great team that helps me out along the way with guests and everything who want to come on to make my show better. It's a very gratifying experience to know to know how to produce a podcast that people are going to listen to. And I'm still learning things. If I were to tell you all today that I am the best at podcasting, I know what it takes. I'm 100% wrong. That would be 100% untrue. Because in this business of podcasting, in sports podcasting, and I'm not sure if I'll be speaking for Alex too, but it's a grind. It's a struggle. I know getting guests on, I'm not sure how your podcast is now currently, Alex, but getting guests on, big time guests, sports reporters, radio hosts, it's a grind and you have to do your work. And the one thing I have learned so far is always be persistent. Because if you want to get that one guest on, there's nothing wrong with being persistent. And
I agree.
yeah, it really it just builds character, in my opinion. And I feel like it really, really will get you places if you're continuing to be persistent and you don't quit and you push harder and farther until you get to where you want to be. Hell, I'm not where I want to be yet, but I'm slowly but surely getting there. And I mean, I know you all have, I assume you all have different podcasts in different fields, but sports, it's just very, very hard. Because yes, you can give your opinion on sports, and it can just be you in a podcast, but it adds flavor, in my opinion, to bring in insiders, guests, radio hosts, you name it, yeah, stuff like that. It brings flavor. It brings interesting viewpoints, stuff like that. So I mean, to wrap it up, it's just been a blast doing it so far, and I mean, we just took a deep dive into the NFL, covering the NFL each and every week, and it's a grind, it's a process, but we're loving every minute of it.
Well, that's the thing though, because like I'm thank you for coming back. By the way, it's always great to hear from you. And one of the things is again that with podcasting, there's always somebody out there, or regardless of how like you're grinding and stuff. There's always somebody to go out and ask for help. And even if it's just you need a base opinion on something of like how to change like how your viewership is or your listeners or subscriptions and stuff, there's always people out there that are going to give you somewhat of a straightforward answer. And those are going to be the ones that do, like you say, grind and they persevere throughout the entire experience.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I'm the only elephant in the room when it comes to my podcast. But even with the podcast that I do, talking to people in the adult entertainment, people think like, oh, it's easy. You're just interviewing porn stars and possibly having sex with it. No. You just got to treat them like, wait, there's depth in the porn industry? Oh my God. But no, there actually is. You know, these people have done it for years. They've entertained you from teenage years to adult years. So they know their shit, but they want to be known in a different light. And you have to explain that to them. You know, like, how do you get to this scene? And also the $900 billion stimulus check is, how do I get in the industry? They're willing to ask that. You know, even without a fee, they're willing to give out advice. But booking the guests, getting the interviews, it's a lot of work. And no matter what your field, whether it be you want to be the shock jock, you want to be you want to do sports, you want to do pottery, who cares? It's still hard work, and you have training, and you have to be precise. And I think that's where people feel, people get discouraged from it, because it's a slow and steady process, but you work hard at it. Just be persistent, be precise, be professional. Those are the 3 P's in any field that you go for.
Yeah, I can agree with that 100%.
All right, so I'm going to go around. We have obviously 3 podcasters on. Josh, I'll start with you since you just came on, and I got to get, a lot of the promo out of the way kind of early. Tell everybody where they can find your show.
since the last time, Ricky, I've been on here, I invested in making a website. So I'd love for you to check out my podcast website. It's a landing page. You can find everything. www.kirbyonsports.com. And there you can find my shop, so you all can buy my merchandise if you want. But I won't be hurt if you don't. But thanks, Alex, once again for doing that. You can find me on all streaming platforms: Apple, Spotify, Google Play, you name it. It's everywhere pretty much. There are quick links to my YouTube channel where I do my interviews with very my favorite sports guests and stuff. I recently did an interview with the longtime voice of the Washington Wizards, Steve Buckhantz. He's been an icon in DC sports for a long time, and it was great interviewing him. I have another interview coming out soon. I've done a lot of those interviews, a lot of YouTube content. The one thing I'm trying to do is branch more out into doing more sort of YouTube content, but pretty much the main place you can find me is www.kirbyonsports.com.
Carol?
You can find me on linktree.com/goddess of music #8 where you can find all of my links. For WTF TV, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit that bell for notifications so that way you can figure out what time we are on, and that is 11 p.m. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, pretty much everywhere. But for WTF TV, you can go to www.wtfworld.com. And for me, you can go to www.linktree.com/goddess of music #8 where you can find me, my band, In the Next Life, along with WTF TV.
Bearman.
You know, it's so good to actually have Josh here. You know, and speaking of websites, I actually just created a website for 2 of my shows, for Cowboys Talk and for Internet FC. As a matter of fact, I sent you that guest profile I created. I didn't get a word out. I didn't get your thoughts on that. I need to do that, but and I've been listening to your show since I subscribed to it last year, Josh. And just like me, you're building and you're grinding and you're just you're making progress. It's tough because, for me, this is my livelihood. I can't get a 9-to-5 job anymore because I'm on top of the stories. As soon as they come out, I do it. That's why. I mean, that's the show. And for me, my show, I always bury my own team. You can ask Josh. Josh has heard me bury my own Cowboys. And I mean, the last 2 weeks I haven't had to do that. But if there's still criticism to place, then I'll do it. But the website actually has helped, and especially the way I did it, and it puts out all the platforms and everything. So investing in a website is always ideal.
All right, Alex, give everybody the socials.
I'm sorry?
Give everybody the socials.
Well, if you're looking for like my Twitter,
yeah, for your shows.
Well, it's just my show. You just go to the Bear of Texas podcast on Twitter, and then it's got the links to everything. So it's just at Bear of Texas podcast. You can find it just like that.
Along with everybody else, and I can say this on behalf of Misi and Melissa, we have so many shows. Sometimes it's too many to count, too many to handle. Our big three, obviously, is this one, Pain Train Pipe Bomb, which you can find always on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, occasionally Trovo. Airs every Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sound Machine FM, along with all Alex's shows. Alex has shows there on Sound Machine FM on Saturdays, Sports Saturdays. Darnell the Playmaker, another one of our team, has shows on there. Alex, can you run down all of his, please?
All of Darnell's shows?
Yes.
Well, of course, there's Hoops Talk, which is his basketball show, which is actually very, very good. He's also got his LA Rams talk called Ramley Talk, which is another great show. Also they're also available on Apple, Spotify, and just about everywhere. And I strongly recommend subscribing to Darnell's shows. And if you're looking for my website, so my website for Cowboys Talk is just podpage.com/Cowboys Talk. And for Internet FC, it's the same thing. No need to put www. It's just podpage.com/IntoTheNetFC and Cowboys Talk.
And then we also have Pipebomb Radio NYC on Wednesdays and Fridays, Arch Rivals, football, Tuesdays and Saturdays. So it's a full week of shows across the board. And Melissa usually gets tired of hearing about all of them. So.
Oh, stop it. I do not. Cut your crap. Don't go blaming me.
All right. Do you ladies have anything to finish out the show with?
Missy, your hair looked beautiful tonight.
Oh, thanks, Mama.
And you have a little shine about you. Are you feeling okay? Everything going good?
I took 4 shots of espresso. I've been sitting here like this the whole time.
I drank 2 Jack Daniels while we were doing the show.
What? Where's mine? Cheater, pumpkin eater. So just so you know, I ate some donuts while we were on. You probably just shoved one at a time in my mouth. Powdered donut
Damn.
all over me.
And here I am just eating a Biggie 5 meal from Wendy's.
Listen, I would go with that too. You know, but I thought maybe a liquid dinner would be better. Just for today.
Hey.
Been a long day.
Well, I mean, hey, I watched it on B, but still.
Pain Train Pipe Bomb at its finest.
Listen, if you can't have fun, what's the point of doing it, right?
Listen, if we're
Part
not...
of the Thursday.
I mean, I know, I feel bad that all the girls are giving out compliments and I'm just this magnificent pile of manure. So, you know.
Stop your nonsense.
I am the sexiest stack of shit you will ever.
I love what you got going on. It's very beautiful.
Totally going for the just brand new AVI. Like I just created my account or the perfect troll account. That's what I'm really going for. So even though I'm pretty much that person that's going to say every derogatory term on any gaming site. That's the vibe I'm getting at.
I just got a show, Carol.
That's fine. Let them keep coming. I've been used to it for 34 fucking years. Shit.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, Carol, talk as much as you fucking want. I'm here to listen.
Exactly. I know. This is why I have a fucking podcast, because you guys get off on my voice. So this is why I'm here. So you tease me all you want. I'm still going to keep talking and you're still going to have nocturnal emissions at night.
True. It's true.
Alrighty, so I do. Well, I will admit that I did say we were going to try to do this till 10. However, yeah,
do it.
I'm kind of unless I get a 5-minute break somewhere.
You know what? He can blame it on me because I got stuff to do, and he's got to take me there.
Yes, I am not only I am not only a radio DJ, a podcaster, a producer, but I am also a car service.
He is my personal chauffeur.
A boyfriend.
He's my personal chauffeur, and if he's really good to me, I sing along with the radio to him.
Well,
he's a driving Miss Daisy.
Well, at another point, I think Facebook got kind of angry with us because it also stopped our video. Good thing for recording, because that's how we work. You know, we always multitask and play.
I can only say this about Facebook. I love Facebook, but Facebook lately has been as useless as a one.
I know.
But we love Facebook, but fuck Facebook at the same time.
So at that point, I think we must use the Kenny Omega line. We will bid you adieu. However, we still have more shows this week. Tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard on Spreaker. We have Pipe Bomb Radio NYC Flashback Fridays. Everybody is more than welcome to join us and hang out. Our newest addition to our staff, Mr. Stephen Waldman, will be out sharing it, and he probably will visit your house and raid your refrigerator instead of me. And then we have Arch Rivals on Saturday at 4:30 p.m. with the Bearman. I was going to ask Josh to be on, but he disappeared. So that just miraculously
Later,
happened.
Josh.
I don't know.
Bye, Josh.
But yeah, till next time, Pipe Bomb, Patriot Pipe Bomb. We'll catch you guys later.
Later,
See you later.
guys.
Peace out.
Later,
Wow,
Carol.
you like that show? Hey, if you did, like, follow, subscribe, and share out our show. And if you need merch, we got you. Don't forget to check out paintrainpipebomb.threadless.com for show merchandise at great prices. Tune in next week for another episode of Pain Train Pipe Bomb.